Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Linguist Plays Heaven's Vault. We are heading back to our ship after our little venture on Myrcy, and we are about to go looking for our friend Janiki. Aboard the Nightingale, Remba left a crystal for Mayari to find. But what was he trying to tell her? We would otherwise sail to Iox and tell Mayari what we've learned so far about Renba. I was quite certain in my analysis, mistress. So, where's the crystal from? It's from asteroid from one of the edge of cyclones. Cyclones is dangerous wild. There's nothing there but clouds and storms. I am aware of that, mistress. I wonder, what exactly did Ramba discover? We better find out. Put on the sail, 6. Okay, okay, it's a marketplace somewhere in the wilds. I've never been there. From Crystal Renba left. Did really travel this way? I could sail around there and try to pick up more artifacts to figure out the precise location, or I could investigate some leads until I know something else. Let's go there. Sail. The Verdant Pass. Sailing to the Iolite Moon. Are there other ships in the rivers, mistress? I've not seen any. Other rivers leads to our destination, mistress. There are other ships out there, but you rarely see them. Everyone goes at the same speed, so no one ever passes you by. People who like people stay on the ground. You do not like people, mistress? That explains a lot. Oh, thanks. Tell me, is there anything you do like? Wong's alright, I suppose. I'd marry him to make Miari happy. But if I did that, I wouldn't stay on Iox. Ooh.
No one knows how far the rivers go. No one's ever mapped them. Not even the robots.
Why?
Or, if they did, they aren't telling.
Well, either river ahead continues to our destination, mistress. Yes, this is the big split. Go left. Mayari's brooch. Don't inside it is the same as Renba's crystal. As may they come from the same source. What do you mean misturn? Six, what happened to the river? I do not know, mistress. We're hardly sailing, but we are moving. I find that the islet moon is somewhere here. There's a rock up ahead. What have we found? Comes some water. Take a little sippy sippy. Above the crystal moon. Why would anyone come to a lonely spot like this? I shall press any key to continue. We have arrived, mistress. The moon below us is rich in purple iolite crystals, but there is no surface flow. We cannot land the ship. But Renbo must have gone down somehow. Indeed. Looks like he used a hopper. We might do the same. Hopper? The Nightingale is fitted with a hopper, of course, for instantaneous travel. Is it safe? Not really, mistress, no. The moon does not have any air. I'll have to go down alone. But you're sure the iolite crystal came from here? Statistically certain, mistress. The moon is rich in deposits of iolite. Please wait here. What else can I do?
A moment later, the robot was gone, and I was alone in the dark.
It's beautiful enough. That doesn't explain what Renbo was doing with it. What were you up to, Renbo? You didn't find robots of mercy. What did you find? Mistress! I found something, mistress. Renba hid this box down there. It was a superb hiding place, mistress. Whether it was Renba's doing or not, I could not say. We can take it back to Mayari. I don't think Renba is inside, mistress, unless he is in carefully arranged pieces. And I'm supposed to open it now and find out? I cannot, mistress. I hope there isn't a snake in here. A roll of cloth. Thick fabric. Janiki, what is this? Some kind of robe, but it's hundreds of years old. There's something stitched along the belt. Tiny characters picked in a darker thread. Holy Empress. Well, if the first thing is like... It seems like this is like the definition of holy. Like, this is the symbol that means godly, holy, or like something of that ilk. This is probably like the adjectival form. And then we have a connection of, you know, holy something, holy. This would make sense if this is like substance, perhaps. So light. Well, if this is goddess, this is probably prey. Banished, goddess, holy. Pilgrims? Could be we pilgrims pray. This is banished. This is remarkably similar. What's the... This has the word goddess within them. And the word... And the holy has the word goddess. So if we assume this is like goddess, this is like property of goddess. So that's what the comma here is for. This means that the 2 comma is probably a... Is like a verb of some sort. Guardian, pilgrims, pray. I'm not a huge fan of the word pilgrims here. Because we don't have any of these to indicate that would be the word quickly or weaker. Citizens or pilgrims would make sense. But something like this. Light pilgrims pray. Ceremonial robe, I suppose? There's more in here. This is a goddess of water model carved from bone. It's beautifully preserved. Whoever made this didn't add any kind of writing on her back. This comes from the same site as the robe, I think. Having this should be useful in tracking down where these things originated. But that's not all. There's also a pen of brass. How did Remba get his hands on all this? It doesn't have an inscription on the nib. I'm certain this is a totally different place than the model of the robe. In fact, I don't think we've seen anything like this pen before. This originates from somewhere I haven't previously discovered. Are these leads, or are these what Rembo is after? Please wait, mistress. I will consider the matter. You work where the robe originated? I fear so. It's not a good location, mistress. Professor Mayer was taken that we found Mr. Renba. I'm sure Master Renba is equally keen to be found. Show me where he went, Six. I'm not exactly certain, mistress, but I believe Renba traveled far from home, into the eye of the cyclones. Oh, God. Okay. Why would he do this? Okay. Help to keep this from the water cyclones is from more to find. But waiting to be found? I could go looking for the site now. I want to do it right now. Fuck it. We gonna die. Cyclone sailing to the eye of the cyclones. Oh! This is exciting, harrowing. Okay, let's jump in. So far I've been getting some... I think the side of Rember's cache have been a quarry. They've been a quarry. What's your reasoning? Some of the values have indications of detonation. Also, I believe the stone was the same as that used in the goddess statue on Maersi. The statue was made here? No, mistress. I merely believe the stone was extracted from here. It would have been sculpted somewhere more appropriate for strenuous effort. How could they have moved that much stone? It's impossible. Difficult, certainly. Perhaps a convoy of ships, mistress, pulling together? Hold on, Six. I cannot hold on, mistress. We're in one piece? We appear to be. I've been analyzing the purple robe we found in Renba's tool chest, mistress. The fabric appears to be of significant age. Yeah, the cyclone should be close at hand. We're leaving the vicinity of the eye of the cyclones, mistress. We're back within our search zone, mistress. There's a path in the water. I cannot see which way to turn this branch, mistress. Let's choose one and explore. I see it. There's something up ahead. A moon? There's air, but no upriver, mistress. We'll need to leave the ship down here and hop her down. Please not be alarmed. It is quite safe. Sure, yeah, okay. The Eye of the Cyclones. Will Roma be waiting for us here, in the center of the storm?
The hopper fired, and for a moment I was gone. Not aboard the Nightingale, not on the moon beneath. It could have been a heartbeat or an hour. But I didn't feel the cold until I reappeared.
I love rocks, mistress, smashed together by the waters. Teacher Dicky had a taste for places like this. He said the last one would be empty too, and it wasn't. So who knows what we'll find here. Perhaps a box of hand towels and a hairbrush. This way, 6. Don't gotta be an asshole about it. Perhaps Rumba is waiting for us just around this corner. We can hop him back to the Nightingale. The chapter of my life will be done. Perhaps, mistress, perhaps. We can only hope. I don't need your sass, 6. Hold it. Oh, wait, is this where we started? 6. What's that?
Here, in the middle of the hurricane, there was a house. It was fine. Tucked in below the overhanging rock. Wooden beams, mud brick walls, shutters. Large enough for 2 families to argue over. It would have been measly on Iox and grand on Elbereth. But here, it was impossible.
Someone built this? Buildings don't occur naturally, mistress. I don't need your fucking sass. How did Janiki find it? Hope we can ask him, mistress. I could vault over the wall here. Please, mistress. The floor beyond would only give way beneath you. You see any other way in? Nope, neither do I. The floor looks like stone to me, 6. That's heavy and more likely to fall. Here goes. The floor seems sound enough. 6? Where'd the robot go? 6? The robots abandoned me for once. Look at this place, Leah.
The ghosts were still here, cooking, reading, doing whatever ghosts do. The house was empty, but it hadn't been abandoned.
Why build something as big as this out here? Let's see what's up here. Ruin and rubble. What's this? What's this? It's quite different than the rest of the building. There's some kind of telescope. The position and the bearings are fixed. The material on this is totally wrong. Is it metal? Looks like something Haroy might have built. Also remember to ask her about it. There are scratches in the top here. Something fitted inside the frame and was removed by force. Could you take something, Janiki? So, what was the stand meant to hold? There's something wedged here. A thin roll of paper. It dates from the Holy Empire. There's some painted glyphs on it. More words I don't know. Oh, we're getting something interesting. Words Empress Pray Water. Yeah, so if this is like element. I'm like, my instinct goes to crystal here. But it could be like concept. And this is like power, so maybe... Yeah. Strength of robots makes sense. Presumably there used to be more to it than that. We know a little bit about this period, which will make it easier to find the originating site. Just don't look down, Aaliyah. Better go and find where 6 got to. Mistress. Evidently, it's good to see you intact, mistress. You get down from that arch. I could not climb over the wall, so I drove myself off the cliff edge. As I dug myself out of the sand, I found a door. Now you understand why I keep losing robots. They're always doing stupid stuff like that. I can't think why they keep giving me robots. Every time I break or lose one, they give me another. It's like they're trying to get rid of them. You're to care for your well-being, mistress. I mean, I know that intellectually. One of these doors jammed. Or if it might... open. A painting. Look at this. Swirls and flows. These are rivers. The detail. Who lived here? Who drew this? It's like the rivers of Ghost Wake. See where the roll of paper came from. But no one goes to Ghost's Wake. Is there an inscription? It seems so. More symbols. Is that a single word? Most likely not. Ancient scribes didn't always trouble to put in their spaces. I think they expected their writing to be read. Little tick mark is definitely of. Haha, I was correct. Let's see now. So, this is a symbol for home. So, that would make sense if it's like location. So, like banished. I like the word for a home here. I think it's reasonable. Paths of home. Does paths of home work? Is this whoever lived here came from? No one comes from Ghost Wake. I think that makes sense, but it's kind of difficult to be able to tell very blatantly what it is. Oh, and there's another door, but this one's jammed. I could slip through here. You always has adventures, mistress. I find it quite exhausting. You'll cope somehow.
In the yard behind the house, there were tools. Plots of earth, washing hung out to dry. It was like the owner had slipped inside for a quick rucker before they came back to chop more wood. Someone had been building a life on this miserable rock.
Bone dry. So it's been out there for a good bit. Garden beds. Something must have been able to grow here once. But I can't see how. Some kind of marker. Definitely is a natural. There's something here. A necklace. What are these things? Flat beads. Ceramic? I'm not sure. Sticks are all petrified. Can't even rot out here. But there's something cut into it. Ooh, okay. This feels like it's so here we have X. I don't see how that matches with paths at all. Maybe it's never. Never forget. Well, like, if we have, if we assume this is like a home, compound return, that could be the case here, where it's some, like, where the X is, like, some kind of negation. If it's, like, if we're talking about here with, like, the S being, I don't know, this is very similar in construction. Definitely some alike things here, but I think never return. Never return? This is a grave. You know what? I don't like never return here. I think instead of return, I think the word forget is reasonable. So someone died here, and someone else buried them. But not the wood is far older than that. I'm coming back, 6. You found a grave, mistress? I think so. But I'm not sure who's buried there. Oh. Someone curled up here by the fire to keep warm. Someone died here, mistress. The person buried outside? I would think not, mistress. That person was buried. Person lay on the floor here for some time after death. Renba? No. Whoever died here died scores years ago. The lack of moisture on the moon has preserved the traces, but they are old. There's an inscription, but let's do the fire poker first. A fire poker. Is it worth anything? Unlikely. It's old iron, no more. I'll stow it. It's worth something to someone. There's an inscription up here. Water goddess. I won't have to guess the whole thing. I think it's reasonable to bless the harvest. If this is a goddess, this is like goddess action. Something of goddess. Water goddess blesses harvest. That'll do for now. Water goddess from Marcy? This place directly connected to Marcy then? I wonder what makes farmers ship a whole tree trunks out here. Build a mansion in the middle of a hurricane? A workbench. Whoever lived here would need to be self-sufficient. They would need water, mistress. The house was being built right up against the rock face. Must have been cold here. Whoever lived in this place could have kept their fire burning constantly. Look what they did for wood. Oh. There's something up here. A blade? A dagger. Look wrote up, but beautifully crafted. An eagle and sun on the hilt. It's it is an inscribed message. Barely make out the letters. They're so tiny. This one's a phrase run together. I feel confident about my translation of emperor. Translation of light doesn't feel right now. Okay, so it's not light. Hopefully I can make some better guesses for the rest of this. This is definitely all. So if we're using this compared to here, I think protects is reasonable. But the problem is that doesn't match with this. Maybe it's not guardians, maybe it's us? And protect us all. I like that. That feels like it's a good translation here.
After the dead air of the house, it was good to see the sky again.
Found 2 promising artifacts here, the roll of paper and the dagger. I also learned enough to pinpoint one location of interest aside from the mural. I should return to Professor Miari and tell her about her friend, but I'd like to activate the hopper now, mistress. Let's get out of here. Leave the moon. Stand by, mistress.
Darkness.
This is not the Nightingale. 6? I hate robots. I hate them. They always do this kind of thing. Really give the speech how it was for your own good. Mistress, you're about to step on a small ant. My ethical core required me to lock you inside this packing crate. Hold in here. There you are. Where's your head? Miari. 6, is everything alright? You followed me, Lexi. I thought you might. Because you knew. Because you've always known. Of course I came. You laid a trail for me, so here I am. Renba. You're quite alone, Miari. I have seen the truth of your lie. You are not what you claim. I know this, Miari. You asked me to look and I found so much. So who am I? You are just what you appear to be, and nothing more. I don't understand. You just emerged from the body. The Emperor's body. Unburned. Not even buried. You fooled them all, Miari. All of them. I had that brooch here. Destroying the change is nothing. I am taking the body. I will return it to the rivers. But I'm not coming back to Iox. Not yet. There isn't time. I found something. Something that matters more than your lies. Lexi, there is a great darkness. An all-consuming, hungry darkness. And it is coming. You can't see me. You're recording. Responding as best as you can. There's an ancient place, Miari. An observatory. It's watching and it holds the wires of our fate in its claws. How are you doing this, Janiki? How are you talking to me? Where are you? I'm going to find it, Miari. I will find it before the vault is lost. The robots know, but they don't remember. Someone long ago made certain they would not remember. Remba, how do I help you? You have my apologies, mistress. I do not understand the question. What were we talking about? Nothing, mistress. We have maintained a companionable silence for several minutes. Try the hopper again. Mistress, the hopper will not function from here. There's no line of sight to the ship. This way, mistress. You remember how we ended up in here? Oh, hopper's can misfire due to imperfections, mistress. The eye aboard your ship is quite old. And no one called you just now? Evidently not, mistress. I was talking to Renba just now. Who are you? Master Renba? Where did he go? See where we are now. I still know who we got in here. There must be more to this place. I want to know who died here. 6, do you know anything about an observatory? No, mistress. Nothing comes to mind. Why would you ask? Stone pedestal. Someone on it. Scabenia from Myers 3. That was into Myers then. That's somehow how Remba found it. The shrine made of stone. It's not the same stone as the moon itself. Is it as old as the building? The outer structure is certainly, but the stone pillar? No. The buildings here are significantly older than the pillar. How old would you say the pillar was? Mid to late Empire period, mistress. Maybe the moon must have been difficult. An important ritual object? Evidently, it's significantly more valuable than the goddess we found within. Do we take it with us? No, mistress. I cannot lift it, and you certainly cannot. Is the stone from Myercy? No, mistress. Definitely not. I didn't see any shrine houses on Mercy like the one here. Not even small ones. Alex does not permit shrines. There's an inscription. This was a later addition to the building. This one has several words. Emperors never die. I could have my translation of never here. There's one word to guess. Does emperors never die work? Someone wanted to live forever. But they were very loyal to the Empire, I suppose. Is this channel natural? I don't think it is. Dug out. There must be a wellspring here. A feeble one. One that requires every drop to be used. Water would have run down the channel. Right past the house. Imagine having a stream of your own. Not a bad way to live. You can withstand the soul-crushing loneliness. What's that smell? By all the moons and waters. It's a ship. Oh, we do get to explore shipwrecks. I mean, it was a ship. Because you know where they got all their wood from. Can we be sure this was Janiki's ship? No, mistress. The circumstantial evidence is very strong. Someone blasted from the sky? Really, mistress? Seems speculative, to say the least. What could do that? Eagles are supposed to breathe fire, aren't they? There are no eagles, mistress, as you all know. Obviously exploded from attempting to rise from the surface, mistress. Mango pieces rain down a high velocity, ricochet, and bury themselves in the dust, and ensure I'm surprised there's anything left. Janiki? Most likely not. Remba didn't hop her down. He landed his boat, or tried to, or else he wasn't able to return. There are traces of an explosive propellant, mistress. Suspect Master Remba attempted to detonate himself on the surface of the moon. I wonder why Remba didn't use a hopper to get down here. I think it must have been almost impossible. Professor Meyer told he has no robot with him. The fire here must have burnt up a lot of air. The remaining atmosphere is thin, mistress. So the fire was extinguished before it consumed the whole ship. Blackened. Presumably the ship was still burning as it fell. I suppose. I was assuming we would find Remba. I assumed... I don't know. That he was expecting us somewhere. She can take the matter up with Remba in his next life, mistress. So what do we do now? Return to Iox and reform Professor Mayari, mistress. Poor Mayari. She was hoping we'd find him. This was the hull. Must have been an explosion, mistress, enough to be seen on Mayersi. And Janiki? Mistress, there is no hope. He must have been sailing when it fell. He cannot possibly have survived. What I can't figure out is this. What was Remba doing finding engine sites? He's been following some kind of trail, mistress, but as that trail began and where it was leading him. Most unclear. Perhaps he was looking for more robots. Iox must be running low, but since they keep giving them to you. It must have burned for days. What did we tell Mayari? The truth, surely, mistress. Janiki is gone. Something wedged under here. Seems to have survived the fire. Please, please don't be an arm. It's not an arm. A battered brass compass covered with the impression of a yardarm. The early Empire? This must have been aboard Janiki's ship. Other of his finds. Is this what he took from the stand on the roof up there? But no. Not from this moon. There's no inscription on the casing. It's the start of a fragment of text. So, this is God. Roads? Or a path? Something's gone wrong. I must have used the wrong words. Believe you can be confident of your translation for God now, mistress. That isn't the word for roads. Interesting. So what does this say? Stars was the next best one. Follow God. Holy home water. Sky God sail stars. Is this sky? Oh, that's water. So the two things seem to be verb structures. If this is water, this is something elemental, so I think stars feels reasonable. Home. I think it has to be like building dot something. That feels right to me. So, Temple God sails stars. Blessed for safe passage, perhaps. I heard that this comes from the same side as pen, discovered on the side of Renba's cave. Is there a way down? There might be more clues down there. I do not believe it would be wise, mistress. Indeed, I believe it would be quite the opposite. There was a tripod up on the roof. Empty now. Looks like I might have held something once. What kind of something? I would guess... transmitter? Whoever lived here would have been quite isolated. Channel comes up from the rock. There must have been a wellspring here. Someone dug the channel to carry water to the building. Spring is dead now, mistress. And you're breathing the last air this moon has to offer. Shiniki's not here, mistress. Neither is anyone else. Shall I use a hopper again, mistress? Not just yet. What is a wellspring anyway? A source, mistress, nothing more. But what is a wellspring? Evidently it is a source, mistress. It has no mechanism as I understand it. Someone lived out here. They irrigated the land, prayed. Here in the eye of cyclones. Some kind of hermit? Nothing we can do here, Sex. Nothing at all. We've seen enough of this moon. Time to leave. We obtained one more interesting artifact here, the battered compass. Here it is, and I shall be most content with that. Be ready, mistress. As we left the surface of the last Emperor's hide on the Cyclones with enough information to locate a new site. I think this is a good place for us to be able to do another call and say thank you all for watching the second episode of this Linguist Plays Heaven's Fault. You guys have been enjoying the series so far, and I will see you all next time. Cheers!